everybody, peace and blessings. Welcome to Sauce Factory Wednesdays. All right, you know, this is one of the last Wednesdays of the year. We only got so many more Wednesdays left. I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. Right? But today, it's holiday season, right? And we're going to be talking about holiday trading, the do's and the don'ts, and why you should want. Okay, so let's get into this chart first up. You already know we got that boy CL on the chart. We're going to be talking about that, ESNQ, and some NVIDIA because they had a nice chart pattern, right? Uh, we want to go over the importance of the setup and volume, lack of volume, explosive volumes, and different changes. Things that we need to be aware of. Yes, it's a move that can be made. Yes, you can make money during, holiday seasons, but sometimes you got to ask yourself risk versus reward. Can you actually catch that move? Is it worth the risk? How much going to risk for that move? And do you want to participate? Right. So off that, we have the setup on crude oil. We had multiple days of breakout. Right. There's a Monday. So Monday, boom. Then we ran to our Tuesday. It's our Tuesday. We're running out. I'm gonna make this easier myself. I ain't gonna even play with it. Yep. Boom. See, now we got the session breaks. Now I can just do what I need to do. Right. So every day we looking, right? So this is our Wednesday high. But on this day, we just happen to get our first red day. So this actually showed the interruption in the trend. This trend actually closed below the Asian market open price. So that's the start, technical start of your new Thursday, right? This Thursday happened to close low. But overall, we had multiple days of rise. So started on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday technically closed bearish, but it still was in a uptrend. Then from there, we had the final push to Friday to put in a weekly high. So after witnessing that, we know what's going to happen, rinse and repeat setups. We're going to be looking for a pullback in the trend or a trend reversal altogether, which we had over here. Then that happened to see your reversal back up, right? Because we had some explosive market movements. So as you see, on Sunday, boom, that took out last week high. Okay, great. Instantly, already marked out this low as one target, right? And then this was our other target here at pivot point. This was initial target from point A to point B, right? So as you look and see, this will happen all Asian market. Price went down. Boom. Then we got the pivot. So from the high, and I fell to a low. We got a 61% retracement at the 10 o'clock hour of the New York trading session. From there, that's when we got our dump. Now, if you really look at it in this dissected chart, you'll see, yes, price got up here, but it was a very choppy day. Volume was low, and you can tell by the candlesticks refusing to get and go. Get up and go. They didn't really want to go nowhere. So we want to drop down to like a 12-minute chart. We don't want to get a crazy amount of candles. We just want to kind of get the point. So as you look, we hit the peak once, reject, bounce back, boom. Came back and we dropped again. So this was probably the best run after they took liquidity from here, right? So you had a little internal sweep, they swept the liquidity right there because if you went short here, you had your stop loss there, right? Now I was in this initial push. So when I was trading it, I said, okay, I had a little bit of drawdown. I'm like, I'm good with that. And then from there, once I seen it push, I said, well, I'm moving my stop loss in the profit. I locked in one tick real quick. And then I said and wait because I was looking for this to go ahead, dump, no return. We already took this breaker structure here, right across there. I seen it. I was like, great. We had 61% retracement. We back into this block, this large candle here. So I'm like, okay, we here again. Let's see what's going to shake out, right? So that's what I was watching. This is my whole thought process. So we all know this is 61% fill. Let me get this out the way. Right. So once we came back into this large body candle, we hit this, we tested this area once here, tested it here, here again, and then here. So as they drop deeper, I was like, okay, well, worst case scenario, I'm right here. I instantly moved my stop loss and profit. They came back, they hit it. I'm like, okay, great. I'm like one and done just in case they was gonna flip it around and do something else. I'm like, I'm not gonna re-enter here. I'm just gonna call it done. I should have been more patient, probably waited to the 10 o'clock hour to see what was gonna happen. But they finally got where they need to go. It still wouldn't have been a full TP for me because I was looking for 100 ticks. They only came off 56, right? If you would have took this pattern, they only came off 56 with the hammer candle, right? That ain't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 100 ticks. My trade is way down here. Zoom in. My take profit is way down here. I would never got that. So I would have been in, I would have been stopped out regardless. I would have trailed price until they came back and hit me on this stop. One of these would have got me out regardless. It would never got to my full take profit that day because it was low volume. If you really want to know how low volume was, when they rejected, they never recontested this low. This low here never got recontested. Like they never tested it. They never came back to visit it. They stopped right there short, retrace, and then they done this little funky motion for the rest of the day. You trading prop firms, you know you got to close your account. You got to close all trades out by the end of the closing, or if not, you're gonna have to trade with additional margin and hold overnight. So you have the additional margin to hold overnight, or you have that type of account. And yeah, you would have to hold to get the rest of your move, but again, the move didn't happen until the opening of the Asian market. Reason being is one, it's holiday season. Not a lot of people in the market is low volume, or if it's choppy volume. So when you're dealing with low volume, you can get explosive moves whipping backwards and forward in certain ranges, which can cause you to, get chopped up. You get part of the science project, get chopped and screwed. It is what it is. It's your fault, boss. Right? From there, if you look, price yet again, revisit the gap. Been there once, so look, they revisit the gap. Once they filled the gap, right? That's when price dropped down. And this all telling Rod earlier, right? I'm asleep at this moment. I'm not up, I'm asleep. Okay, it is what it is. I'm asleep. They pulled up, boom, they dropped. I had nothing else to do. Tuesday, I'm looking at the market. I see this consolidation. This is junk. This is my trading hour here, right? This is complete junk. Ain't nothing I can do. The move already happened. I got to ask myself, how much more would it go? They're heading towards the target, but it was nothing to grab there. If I would have said, well, if I take a breakout trade to here, oh, that's 20 some ticks. That's a clear target. That's something I would have shot for, right? Or you say, well, he trailed 57. Well, I'm not getting out of bed for that because what I got to risk for this, right? I got to say, oh, my stop loss at least got to be 30. It's not worth the money. Stay home, right? I'm not looking to trade. I don't have a setup here. This would have been cool, but we need this at a peak level or at least at a significant location and price where we can say, hey, it's guaranteed going to be 100 ticks. It's going to 10x trade, right? We are not taking dummy trades just to be taken. Now, as you see, price did retrace, boom, back into the zone here, right? But they slightly took over that. Then once they kind of got up here, this what I was looking for earlier today around the news drop. I was watching price. I'm like, okay, did this, boom, boom, boom. But around this time, I already kind of like, hey, price playing around. I'm no longer interested in this. I'm leaving the market. This is outside of my trading window. I'm not going to stay in the market past my trading operating windows. After that, it's no longer passive. It becomes a form of employment and a job. JOB. This is, we're not here to be working. This is outside of my trading plan to operate at those set hours. But as you see, you did get a second chance opportunity right here. Structure, boom, boom. Price did put in a peak formation. So from there, we see price put in that peak formation and straight drop. But this round of time, I believe the news came out. Jerome Powell was talking. They was talking those cuts again, and guess what? Everybody got active. Once you seen this drop, you had a nice fair value gap here. So you was actually looking and you still trading oil. Me, me personally, I don't look to trade oil because the volume get real janky. But this definitely was a great gap trade right here. Fair value gap trade right outside. That was a great trade, and I believe you could have got that on the team. Yes, you could have. So that was a great trade right there. But it happens. They come at random times. You looking cool, great for you. I hope you got it. If not, it is what it is. You just got to walk away, right? No hard, no hard feelings with that. So that was fantastic. Now let's go ahead get over to. Now we're gonna go ES because it's got a very significant setup how the weeks transpired, how everything was moving in the last couple of days with the NQ. You can see that it finally dropped down, but I want to go back to the 1 hour chart. I want to show you something. All right. So this is Monday. If you notice, last week we was trapped inside this range, right? This it was actually inside bar at a high. Let's go to the weekly chart real quick. This all reactionary to the news. But you see we got these tweezer tops here, right? And I'm looking for a bear setup because we had the same SOS setup. Breakouts was going up, 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 but on the 1 hour chart, definitely got busy. I was looking for a high time frame level to be taken out, in which we did on Monday. We gapped up, and we like, okay, we up here. Now what? Right? Volume moving funny. Boom. Look at it. It's inside of a range, right? So we're inside of this range. Price bounce around. It's Monday, Tuesday. Well, Monday kind of at the end of the Asian market open, it gapped up. So Tuesday, Wednesday didn't do much of nothing. And then at the end, once again, when news came out, cheese slid off the cracker, down, down, down to the desserts. Okay, that's what happened. And let's look at this. Is what I always tell people: where price stop, you might want to pay attention. So I want to drop a line there. Template. And what I like to do is I like to go see exactly where price pivoted at and why. This is a part of the learning process to help you kind of like grow and see like, okay, if it stopped there, just what the candlestick or price formation was doing. And I want to pay attention to this because if I see this again, this could be something. So I will just put a box around it and say, well, the price are acting funny. I know XYZ due to experience, right? You may not see this in no book, no YouTube, guru trade ain't gonna tell you this. Your favorite guru ain't saying nothing. We just gonna operate off of common sense and what we see and use historical data to like prove us right or wrong, right? But this is a cluster of price, so I want to pay attention. I just want to highlight that. Technically, I want to take it up to this because it's the breakout. So it's breakout, then we tested it, right? So you just want to pay attention to those said things. That way, when price come back, you like they bought price up. So this is a buy area. Let me just kind of track that. Or if they get back in the zone, like let me see what's going to happen. Right, this is a large zone here, right? And you kind of see what happened, what transpired here. So you see how they hit, got a little bit deep, boom, now they hovering. So if they do decide to reclaim any of this price, we can just run a fib from this high to the low. And we can expect for them to kind of come back 38%, 50%, 61%, 6,000, 56, 75. Right. We can expect them to kind of come back to those levels and do what they need to do. But so these keys that we watch out for, nothing crazy. It is. But let's run over to the Q. I know we kind of moving fast, but you got any questions? Let me know. I want to make sure we get on all of these today. Same thing with the NQ. We had multiple days of breakouts in the last week, and then we had the nice little dip down. Actually, the dip down was here. Thursday they gave me that day. It's our open price. It's one of these days. I think it was, yeah, there it goes, Wednesday. Wednesday gave it up. Yeah, Wednesday was our first red day, and then it kind of carried over. We kind of got busy. Once they took off, like, okay, great. Up and at it. Now, be looking, right? Price is trapped. NQ never moved like this. You know something going on. They was waiting for Dre Paul to talk, run his rabbit mouth, but all the real buyers and sellers, they on vacation. So you'll get stuff like this. You'll trade this. This is a science project. If you took a trade on Tuesday, you was tripping. You took a trade early today, you was tripping. It was nothing to trade. Maybe you caught this nice trend trade on Monday, which was cool. But outside of that, what were you trading? Nothing. It's holiday time. It's not gonna be much of nothing to trade. And this is what I was looking at last night. You know, I'm talking to a Tuesday floor, but I'm like, I looked at prices, I looked at those candlesticks. I said, man, the market ain't moving. We just gonna be on here singing, shooting the crap, right? We ain't gonna be doing nothing. I said, ain't even no need to roll out of bed to stay up for this. It ain't nothing going on. There's no movement because nobody home. All right. So this one of those things you just like whatever. Right. So we swept the high, consolidated. Now we swept the low. So we put in a new weekly high and we took out the weekly high and low. So we're gonna see how this is gonna perform coming up in the next 2 days of trading. We got 2 days of trading left. I'm not gonna expect much of nothing next week. I'm just gonna be sitting back with my feet up, chilling. If you go forced to play, you end up in a strange place. Feel me? So you don't want to do that. So that's why. Right, people. Now, for the chart pattern update, we're going over to NVIDIA. I know they had a lot of news come out. They was talking all this stuff. I was charting them out. What was that? Last night, I posted this chart and it did exactly that. Right? The chart never lies. It doesn't lie. Okay. So first and foremost, we had this nice little uptrend. Boom. In the uptrend. See that? Fantastic. It's your uptrend. But here's the pattern that was standing out to me, right? So we had a head and shoulders. On the uptrend, head and shoulders. Boom, we had the breakout. Today was the retest, right? And then they rejected with the rest of the news. Cheese sliding out the crack, right? Like I told the guy this morning, I said, hey, he said, is you think this pop good for NVIDIA puts? I'm no said, I don't know. You need to wait for a pullback, right? So with that pop, I was like, hey, you need to wait. They pumped it up to the 50%. Once you got to the 50% mark, you see they start consolidating, showing that the 50% was resistance. And then from there, with the news drop, just like everybody else, ABC, 1, 2, 3, cheese slide out the cracker. Okay. Everything falls down. So yes, if you took these trades, congratulations. I hope you got all the money. You know, Christmas time is coming up. Y'all know my jokes. Y'all know how. Protect your wallets at all costs. You know, these people want gifts. They don't deserve gifts. I know they're hitting your pockets right now. Times are hard. Okay, you want to invest in more crypto. XRP calling. Bitcoin going back on sale. It's calling. You know, Bitcoin is below. Is at 100,000. Let's go to that chart. Bitcoin is going down, so you got a little more. You can start back accumulating to get a little bit. That's a little bit now. That's a little bit. We ain't gonna go all in, but that's a little bit. Then once again, we also got XRP sliding down. She's sliding a little bit off the highs, right? So out that last little 270 spike, we back down to 234. That's a good little area. You ain't got some, get you some. You know what I'm talking about now? The discounts are discounts. So as the people are taking a losses so they can book these losses for their tax purposes, and they trying to save their money and all that, whatnot. Take advantage. Take advantage. You know, tell those people they short you on your check or sudden. Tell your people you short hours. Tell them you don't know what happened. An unexpected bill came up. Buy stocks. All right. These boys gotta book these losses for you. Go on ahead, pick up what they put down. You get my drift now. Okay, pick up what they put down. I'm not a financial advisor, not a fiduciary. It's regular some game. I'm not just trying to help you out. Yeah, so I get it how you live. Now, other than that, that is my piece.